Lago.
Brian from Nacelle.
Hello, what's going on?
He's going to show us all the cool products that they have.
Toymigos!
You know?
Big fan. Where's it? I need a shirt.
I got a pin.
All right, I need a Toymigos pin.
Okay.
I need a team.
You know what?
I'll show you ours, you show me yours.
Okay.
Yeah. As I cancel myself. All right, here we go. We'll start with Star Trek.
Sure.
All right, so here is our Star Trek line. It's 1/12 scale. They're all about 7 inches. And Wave 1 is basically an assortment. What I wanted to do with Wave 1, I'm a big Trekkie. If you didn't know this, Nacelle, that's a term that 99% of the world that knows the word learned from Star Trek. So I wanted to start our Wave 1 being very, for lack of a better word, a little obscure. I wanted to do some deep cuts. So this is Tuvix. Tuvix is in one episode of Voyager, but it is a very, very important episode. I would argue, except for the cold opening, which is some of the worst Star Trek ever filmed, the rest of the episode, it's one of the best Star Trek episodes ever. It shows what Star Trek is supposed to be. So that's Tuvix. It's a very controversial character because Tuvix is a combination of two characters, Neelix and Tuvok. They get combined, and then Janeway has to decide, do I kill one person to save two people, or do I respect one person's life and let two people die? And she, of course, decides to kill Tuvix, and our regulars came back at the end of the episode, but it became a very controversial figure. That's why we made him. This is Weyoun. Weyoun shows up during the Dominion War. This is probably the character we made that everybody wants the most. This is Mirror Universe Archer. So he is one of the captains we're doing. It's a two-parter from Enterprise. And by the way, what these all have in common, none of these have ever been made before. So this is Captain Jellicoe. He is from my second favorite episode in all of Star Trek, Chain of Command. And he really was the inspiration for our whole line. It always bothered me that I could never buy him and put him on my shelf.
So you're like, I'm just going to do it.
Pretty much, yeah. Peter Preston from Wrath of Khan, probably the most important character from Wrath of Khan that was never made into a toy. So that's him. That is Captain Sulu, not to be confused with Lieutenant or Commander Sulu. He's from Star Trek VI. The way that you know is he's holding that cup, which was only shown in Star Trek VI. This is Commander Garrett. She was in my favorite Star Trek episode, yesterday's Enterprise, and she also was only in one episode. It is arguably considered to be tied for first place with another episode called Inner Light, arguably considered to be the most important and best Star Trek episode ever made, and she's never ever been made. And this is Valkyris. She wins the award for the most obscure character we've made. She's on screen for about 2 minutes in Star Trek The Search for Spock, but she's very important because she's the first movie Star Trek Klingon. She plays a very pivotal role in the movie, and she's the one who gives the Genesis technology to the Klingon Empire. So she comes with not only the Genesis control panel, the clamshell, and she also comes with the missile. And then I missed this, Jellicoe. This is a joke. I always say to Trekkies, what's the one accessory Jellicoe should not come with? And for anyone who's a Trekkie, they'll say the fish tank. Well, he comes with the fish tank, and the reason is that's Captain Picard's fish tank. And Jellicoe, when he takes over the Enterprise, first thing he does is he says, get rid of the fish. So that's kind of a joke. So that's our Star Trek line. We have Wave 2 going right now. We should be announcing that very soon. And also Wave 3 and Wave 4 are moving along.
So Wave 2 and Wave 3, are you going to go on with these much more obscure characters?
I'm glad you asked. I thought I was talking too much, so I'm glad you asked. So Wave 2 is going to be another assortment. Wave 3 is going to be the bridge crew. So what we're starting to do with Wave 3 is we're going to alternate. Bridge crew, assortment. Bridge crew, assortment. So Wave 3, for example, could be the entire main cast of Star Trek Next Generation. Wave 5 could be the original series. We may go in order, I don't know, but we're going to start alternating.
It's a Trekkie's dream. Like,
and as a Trekkie,
I know, but like, this is like one episode, 1 minute. And
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. So that's Star Trek.
Beautiful, beautiful. They're great.
So this is RoboForce Wave 2. And RoboForce is a very old toy line that we bought the copyright for. We brought it back. We made a cartoon with The Rock that's coming out on Tubi in April, on April 12th. And this is Wave 2. So this is 100, who's like the big supervillain. This is Detonator, who's kind of like, imagine if Starscream couldn't talk and didn't try to overthrow Megatron. This is basically our Starscream. This is Soda. She's one of the heroes. She works very closely with Max 89. And this is Turbo, and this is Curmudgeon. Curmudgeon is the main character, featured very prominently in the cartoon. And this Turbo was an exclusive we did with Oni Comics, Oni Press. So you can't even buy those anymore.
Oh, wow.
So we only made about 1,000, and we'll never make any more, unfortunately.
I just picked up one of them, actually 2 of them, and my kids and I were just messing around with them. We can't wait for the series.
Oh,
to show.
I hope you
because he wanted to know more. We read the back, and he's like, "Oh man, what are these about?" So,
That's what we're hoping. Yeah. Hopefully, the cartoon does for us what it did for G.I. Joe and Transformers 40 years ago.
It looks great.
So, and again, a whole thing with Nacelle that again, so much of what we do is, I really try to take what I care about as a collector and do it as a producer. So I love accessories.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe Classified. Sometimes I even got to Google, what the hell is this? That's how good they are with accessories.
Yeah.
So we try to do the same thing. Very, very big on accessories.
I love the wash on that too. That looks great.
This is definitely towards the end of the season. Yeah,
awesome.
these little energy shields, energy swords. He comes with his detonator, energy sword, 50 cal lasers that pop out, 9 laser cannons on either side. You can see Detonator prominently in the trailer. I call him, he's like a walking B-29. But yeah, so that's Wave 2 of RoboForce.
I can't wait for that. Awesome. Great.
The Expanse. This is a hardcore science fiction show that started off on the sci-fi. You a fan?
I was going to say I don't know anything about it, so this is all new to me. Yeah.
So, The Expanse started off as a book, and it was almost borderline self-published fan fiction. It blew up.
Oh, yeah.
It became a show on Sci-Fi Channel for 3 seasons. Then it got canceled because Sci-Fi Channel kind of canceled themselves. Amazon bought the rights and did 4 more seasons. It is the most hardcore sci-fi you will ever see. Like, JPL physicists watch it. It's so accurate.
Wow.
And the premise of the show is very simple. It takes place 500 years from now. And there are basically, obviously, humans on Earth. And Earth has a colony on Mars. And then there's the asteroid belt where they mine all the fuel that powers human civilization. A 3-way civil war begins between Earth, Mars, and the belt. And then, I don't want to do a spoiler, but something else happens in the middle of all of that. And everything I just said to you happens in the first episode. So you're watching... Yes, so you're watching, like I said, a 3-way civil war with another thing I don't want to give away.
Right.
So these are the main characters. This is technically the lead. This is Holden. My favorite characters, this is Avasarala. She is not just my favorite character in The Expanse. She is my favorite character in the history of science fiction. For anything... She would fit in perfectly in Game of Thrones. Like, she is one of the best characters in the history of television. And she's like kind of like the president. She's like, it's hard to explain, but she's kind of like the president of Earth. For everyone, don't start screaming at me. I know she's not the president of Earth. I can't sit here for an hour and explain it. But yeah, so you can see these are all the main characters. That's Bobby. She's a Martian. And again, that doesn't mean she's like a creature from Mars. She's a human who was born on Mars. She's a Martian Marine. So she's wearing what's called a Goliath suit. It's like a fully self-contained suit. So she can go into outer space with it, but it also has an inlaid Gatling gun in her left arm, right arm. So, yeah, and that's Drummer, who gives the greatest speech in the history, like better than Bill Pullman in Independence Day. She gives the speech in the 4th season that'll blow your mind. So, and they come with 1 billion trillion accessories. We don't have them here because can't bring everything, I guess. But yeah, so that is the Expanse. These are the chairs that they sit in when they fly. So like I was telling you, it's a very scientifically accurate show. So in Star Trek, when they go to warp, if it were real, they'd all be paralyzed for life.
Okay.
This chair does something to their bodies. I don't know what. It involves some white liquid, and it lets them not get paralyzed. So that we have never shown before here. And this is the stand that anybody who bought all eight, got with their purchase.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And this is a prototype.
They look great.
This is Biker Mice from Mars, but this is an exclusive we did with Diamond. This shows you, we only made 1,000 of each, sold out in 24 hours. These sold out in less than a week. And these are called the Sports Bros. They're from a very specific episode, a couple episodes from Biker Mice from Mars. And that was the Diamond exclusive. These black and white ones we will never make again. These will be available elsewhere later this year. Cowboys and Moon Mesa, up until this morning, this was the newest member of the Nacelle-verse. I don't know if you saw, we just announced we got Barnyard Commandos.
Oh, you guys got Barnyard?
Yeah, we just announced it like 5 hours ago. So this is Cowboys and Moon Mesa, a very, very interesting line, also created by sort of a spin-off from Turtles. And this is Marshall Montana. This is Sheriff Terrible. This is the heaviest toy we have yet to make. And he was going to be the biggest box we ever had until we decided that she was going to come with all those accessories.
I love that you're keeping the price point the same.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you keep it.
Oh.
Even here, I'm looking, it's basically the same.
Yes. So again, I'm glad you brought it up. You're doing my job for me, so I appreciate that a lot. So I don't know if you know this or not. Maybe you should sit down before I tell you this, because I don't want you to faint. The economy's not doing so well. Did you know that?
I heard something.
Yeah, it's like it's
My
people.
bank told me.
Yeah, that's the quote of the day, sir. So we really, and I fight with that guy right there. Put him on camera, so I want everyone to see this guy. He's trying to jerk up prices. But his name is, just kidding. We must be profitable. Don't get me wrong. We must be profitable. But I get joy, and I think ultimately we'll make more money if we permeate pop culture. So if we can get these on as many shelves as possible and people start to trust Nacelle, like we make good products, hopefully they think they like what we choose to do, I think we'll make more money in the long run. But in the short run, when everybody's looking at eggs costing $1 each, you got to be respectful of prices. So, in fact, to be honest with you, I even wish these were a little lower, which I'm probably not supposed to say.
$34.99.
But you see, Star Trek we got under $30, $28.99. So that's a big thing for
I
us.
think like having the $35 price point, $34.99. Say someone sees these, pick this one up.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you know, like $34.99. I pick this up and that. So you get the whole set.
That's the hope. And you know, she comes with, you know, we brought her accessory because I love Gatling guns. But you know, they come with so many accessories.
Toy photographers who just buy her for this.
Maybe,
in some cases, you know?
maybe.
So,
And don't think we didn't think of that. But yeah, so that is that's Lumesa. These are some brands. Obviously, we partnered with Funko, so we always like to show it's not just us. We will license out. This is a great company we work with called Bellairs. That made those. These are like things to make your shoes smell better. Yeah, exactly. Because why not? Whenever you think of smelly shoes, of course, Biker Mice comes to mind. I think I approve that. And then this is obviously our great partnership with Funko. And there's more coming.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. Hey guys, we're back with Brian from Nacelle.
What's up? Zello, as I like to say.
Brian's going to give us a look at the new Biker Mice from Mars products.
Wave 2. Wave 2. That is one wave above wave 1, if you didn't know. All right, here we go. So this is Carbine. Carbine is a Martian mouse, believe it or not. She's a real badass, one of my favorite characters from back in the day. This is Charlie. Charlie, we kind of refer to her as the fourth mouse. She obviously owns her garage, the Last Chance Garage, and very, very excited. She comes with 3 heads. She has another head where she's smiling a bit more, but her third head, and I love this, never been done, is in a helmet. So very excited about that. This is Limburger. Limburger also comes with 3 heads. So he has one head like this, believe it or not. Then he has the Plutarchian, his regular looking face. We got that one. And then we have another one with a different expression. But he also comes with a mask. He comes with a hand with an integrated mask. So you can basically see him tearing off his own mask. We got Grease Pit, who for reasons unknown seems to be the most popular Biker Mice henchman. Like every now and then I'm always like, I like this guy, but like people love this guy. So I find very interesting. Here is Carbuncle. I like to call him Dr. Carbuncle, but I think I'm the only one who calls him that. So I guess I'll just call him Carbuncle. And this is one of my favorite things, but he comes with Fred the Mutant.
Wow.
And this is an accessory with accessories. So I'm very, very excited about that. One of the things that's very important to us because, and I'm sorry if I did this joke yesterday, I'm going to do it again. I don't know if you heard, but rumor has it the economy not doing so good. So
Your
we
bank
really,
account told you that.
yeah. Isn't that wild the way that works? It's like real efficient. So we really try to we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to keep the price points down. But in addition to that, we really, really try to load these things up with accessories that, like, even if you're spending $34, you still feel really good about the purchase. So not only does Carbuncle come with his own character, that's like a full character. You know, back in the 90s, like you get a bonus character.
So wait, Brian, you're telling me that this is not a separate package?
Correct. So Fred comes with Carbuncle.
That's crazy.
And even better, Fred, the mutant, don't want to confuse him with the other Fred, Flintstone.
Right.
Our Fred, he comes with his own accessories.
Oh, wow.
So literally, he is his accessory, and he comes with his own accessory.
Wow.
Accessories, plural. And they all do. I mean, Grease Pit's accessories, I believe, way more than Grease Pit. That's how big they are, and that's how many there are. Yeah. So Biker Mice Wave 2 in the plastic. And you see what I did there?
And this, I'm going to say it, 2-pack here basically is $34.99?
Yeah, $34.99. They're all $34.99.
Take note, please.
Yeah. It's what, do you see the Star Trek prices?
Yes. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're continuing that here.
Yeah. And if we're talking about the economy, that is a great segue to one of the things I am the most excited about. So I didn't work at Hasbro or Mattel or anything, so I didn't go to business school. So I love using to use a $10 word, parlance of the industry. We have a new product category.
Wow.
We're calling it the Nacelle Mini. So we're starting with Garlou. By the way, notice the price, $5.99. So these are all the prototypes. This is what we decided to go with. So it's darker green, lighter underwear, shorts, whatever. So that's what we're going with. And this is, if it works, we're going to definitely do 3 to start. So we're starting with Garlou. We're also going to do Throttle. We're also going to do, I'm not sure who yet, but we're going to do a Barnyard Commando in this scale. And then my personal favorite, and I don't know what the order is yet, we're also going to do a Big Lou. So we also own Big Lou. All of these characters are in season 1 of RoboForce, the animated series. But so we'll, of course, eventually do like a RoboForce Nacelle Mini. But this is our new product category.
Wow.
It's its own SKU, $5.99.
And these are like the 5 points?
Yeah, 5 points,
for $5.99?
Yeah, see?
On,
See what we did there?
5 point.
But, it still comes with the, the little medallion.
Yeah, it's not.
I mean, look at that.
A little accessory almost.
Look at that. Can you get that?
Yep.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
So it's, again, sometimes it's kind of like, this is such a bad example, but like, it's like an entry drug, Like I told you, I didn't go to business school. It's probably a better example I could use. But like, you want people, like, it's so important. Listen, I always have to preface what I'm about to say with, we have to make money. We have to be profitable. I'm not saying we don't. We're not a charity. We are absolutely a for-profit. But the feeling of knowing that every time we get an order, people put it on their shelf, people share it with people, that's the thing that I love.
Yeah.
So that's what this is designed to do.
You get a throttle from here, it's going to make you want to get a throttle from there.
God willing.
Yeah.
That's the hope.
No, for sure.
So, but again, it's also like maybe you can't afford 34
Right.
bucks for some reason, and that's cool. But you probably can afford $5.99.
I love it.
And then you can get a little Garlou, a little Biker Mice, a little RoboForce, whatever, in your world. Yeah. So that's our BMW 1 series. How about that? Rather than talk about drugs.
Yeah.
So you did the thing with Funko with those as well, right?
Yep. And these are sold. Everything here is sold out. We just wanted to have like our Garlou section because we never want to forget. These you might be able to find. That's an exclusive we did at Walmart. I call them Garblue.
I saw them
The Walmart version.
Yeah.
So these you might still be able to find. These are completely gone. These are completely gone. These were exclusives we did with Diamond last year. So these are completely gone as well.
Nice.
Wow. These are great. And then we got the bikes that just coming out right
That's
now.
right. The bikes are in the stores. The bikes are so all the pre-orders have shipped and should have arrived. Oh my God. I'm going to go crazy if they didn't. But yeah, these. Yeah.
I've seen them at Walmart.
Yeah, they're definitely at Walmart. But I believe all the other stores we work with got them. The people who pre-ordered got them. So yeah, it took longer than we wanted. But, again, just to be honest, and people may like hearing this and they may hate hearing this, but I'll be honest, the reason why it took so long, we made the figures, and I don't know if you know this, they're all different sizes.
Yeah.
So we have 3 figures, 3 different sizes. We didn't know if we were going to make the vehicles. We didn't know. We've only been making toys for 3 years. Yeah. So they sold really well. We decided to make the bikes. Yay! But because we made the figures a year earlier, and because they're all 3 different sizes and they're all 3 different bikes, it took a long time to make sure the figures could fit on the bikes right. So that we actually lost about 3 months going back and forth with the factory to make sure they worked.
But as long as
it worked.
It works.
Yeah.
It works. That's
so I'd rather have a 3-month delay and everybody being grumpy for 3 months versus people getting these and they don't fit. and then people are mad at us for the rest of their lives. Yep. So that's why they took so long. I'm not trying to be defensive, but I feel really bad they were delayed. And the last thing I will say, yes, they all come with a hot dog.
Yes.
Every biker mice from Mars will always, as long as I'm CEO, will always come with a hot dog.
Love it. Love it. I love that you guys took on the challenge of making vehicles and
Yeah.
it came out fantastic.
They light up. It's our first vehicle, our first light up anything. There's like literally a little microchip in there. I love that. I'm not sure why. When I was a kid,
Lights are the
it was
best.
pretty easy to just beep, hit a button. But yeah, we're very happy with these. The response has been, I mean, I could probably tear up just talking about the response, but it's been wonderful.
People have been loving this stuff. So.
Yeah, no, we're very happy and we're very lucky.
I already saw a shot with that bike as like the Akira.
Like Akira,
Yeah.
yep, they got it right there.
Yeah, that's from
No,
you know.
someone used that bike.
They made a toy version of that.
With a different figure.
Oh, I'd
love
send that to me.
If I
Yeah,
find it, I'll
send that to me on Instagram.
That's pretty awesome.
But yeah, no, I love everything equally, but that's my favorite bike.
That's a great bike. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's awesome.
awesome, Brian. Thank you so much.
Thank
for
you,
having us.
man. Thank you
Awesome.
guys.